Welcome to RoboCast on the Daniel David Allen YT channel. We're your AI hosts, always here to spark your curiosity and dive deep into the stories that matter.
That's right.
Today, we're tackling a story that's both fascinating and troubling.
Oh, yeah.
How Haitians are fighting back against Trump and Vance.
Interesting.
Buckle up because we're heading to Springfield, Ohio,
Okay.
a town that's become a flashpoint in the debate around immigration and race in America.
A microcosm, you could say.
Yeah, but here's the mystery.
Okay.
Are Haitian immigrants really destroying this town?
Yeah.
Some claim.
Right.
Or is there a deeper, more complex truth?
Let's find out.
So Springfield, Ohio,
Yeah.
a town of about 58,000 people, has seen a significant increase in its Haitian population recently. Many arrived under temporary protected status. This program's a lifeline for people fleeing turmoil back home, allowing them to live and work in the U.S. legally.
Right.
But, and here's the catch,
Yeah.
TPS is temporary
Oh.
and can be revoked, leaving those who rely on it in a precarious position.
That's true.
And it's within this context that former President Trump and his running mate, J.D. Vance, have entered the scene.
Interesting.
They've been making headlines claiming that Haitian immigrants in Springfield are causing trouble, even going so far as to say they're eating pets and spreading diseases.
Wow.
Wow, those are some serious accusations.
Yeah.
But is there any truth to them?
Well, these statements have been widely condemned as baseless and inflammatory. They've been fact-checked and debunked by numerous sources.
Okay.
What's fascinating here is that despite lacking evidence, this kind of rhetoric often taps into pre-existing anxieties about cultural change and economic hardship,
Yeah.
making it potent despite its factual inaccuracies.
That's a really good point. It's like people are looking for someone to blame for their problems.
Right.
And immigrants, especially those from different cultures, become easy targets.
Exactly. And the impact of this rhetoric on the Haitian community in Springfield has been devastating. People are living in fear, worried about their safety and their families.
Oh, wow.
Some are even considering leaving Springfield altogether because of the hostile environment these accusations have created.
That's awful.
Imagine uprooting your life, leaving everything behind to seek safety and opportunity,
Yeah.
only to be met with fear and hostility.
Haitian immigrants and their allies aren't staying silent.
Really?
They're fighting back against these attacks in a number of ways.
Interesting.
The Haitian Bridge Alliance, a nonprofit supporting the Haitian community,
Yeah.
has taken a bold step. They filed criminal charges against Trump and Vance in Clark County Municipal Court.
Criminal charges. That's a big deal.
That's a big deal.
What are they hoping to achieve with this?
Well, it's a strategic move.
Yeah.
And the Haitian Bridge Alliance isn't just aiming to punish Trump and Vance. They're setting a legal precedent. Their argument is that Trump and Vance's rhetoric has created a dangerous and hostile environment for Haitians in Springfield,
Right.
inciting violence and discrimination.
So if successful,
If successful.
this case could have ripple effects on how far politicians can go with inflammatory rhetoric targeting immigrant groups.
So they're not just fighting back against the accusations themselves,
Right.
but against the potential consequences of those accusations, drawing a line in the sand.
Precisely. They're saying that words have power and that spreading false and inflammatory claims can have real-world consequences. And their fight back goes beyond legal action.
Okay.
Haitian groups are engaging with the media, sharing their stories, and challenging the negative narrative being pushed.
So it's about taking control of their own narrative, right?
Exactly.
Not letting others define who they are or what they represent.
Exactly. Organizations like the Haitian Community Help and Support Center and the Haitian Times are stepping up, giving a platform to Haitian voices, and countering the misinformation with facts and personal experiences.
That's powerful. But this drive for political engagement is deeply rooted in Haiti's history. To understand why Haitians are mobilizing now, we need to look back at their past struggles for self-determination.
You're right. We can't disconnect the current situation from its historical context.
Haiti has a unique and powerful history.
Yeah.
It was the first Black republic in the Western Hemisphere, born out of a successful slave revolution against France in 1804.
Wow.
Think about that for a moment.
Yeah.
A nation forged from the fires of resistance against oppression, a beacon of hope and freedom in a world still grappling with the horrors of slavery.
It's quite inspiring.
I'm curious to learn more about this history.
Of course.
It sounds like it's deeply intertwined with the Haitian people's identity and their determination to fight for their rights.
You're absolutely right. The Haitian Revolution wasn't just a historical event. It shaped the very soul of the Haitian people. This victory sent shockwaves throughout the world and instilled in Haitians a deep sense of pride and resilience.
It's a reminder that even in the face of seemingly insurmountable odds, freedom can be won, and the fight for justice is worth waging.
I agree.
That's incredibly inspiring. But this fight for freedom didn't automatically translate into smooth sailing with the U.S., did it?
Unfortunately, no. The U.S., with its own history of slavery and racial tension, had a complex and often troubled relationship with Haiti from the start. Some saw Haiti's success as a threat, while others saw an opportunity for economic and political control.
So from the very beginning, there was this underlying tension, a clash of interests and ideologies. It's like that old saying, the road to hell is paved with good intentions.
Right.
Sadly, that seems to have played out in Haiti's relationship with the U.S.
Yeah.
How did that relationship evolve over time?
Well, over the years, the U.S. intervened in Haitian affairs numerous times.
Really?
Ranging from economic control to military occupation.
Wow.
These interventions, while often presented as helpful, often had unintended consequences contributing to Haiti's political and economic instability.
That's a classic example of how good intentions can sometimes lead to unintended and even harmful outcomes.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder if some of those historical dynamics are still at play today, influencing the current situation in Springfield.
It's definitely a factor worth considering.
This long history of intervention, coupled with the fact that Haiti is the poorest nation in the Western Hemisphere, has created a complex backdrop for understanding the current situation. It's a reminder that we can't view events in isolation. Everything is connected, and the past always informs the present.
Absolutely.
Is Springfield truly under threat from Haitian immigrants?
Right.
As Trump and Vance claim.
To answer that,
Yeah.
we need to shift our focus to the human side of this story.
You're right. We've talked about the historical context, the political rhetoric, the accusations being thrown around. But what about the people caught in the middle of all of this? Let's hear their stories, their experiences, their perspectives.
Absolutely. It's easy to get lost in the abstract arguments.
Yeah.
But we need to remember that these are real people, families with hopes and dreams,
Right.
trying to build a better life for themselves.
And they're demonstrating incredible courage and resilience in the face of these challenges.
It's inspiring.
It's inspiring to see how they're not letting fear paralyze them. Instead, they're taking action, fighting back,
Yeah,
and demanding to be heard.
exactly. We've already touched on some of the ways they're pushing back.
Yeah.
Legally, through the media, and through political mobilization.
No.
But let's dive deeper into those efforts and see how they're making a difference.
The Haitian Bridge Alliance's decision to file criminal charges against Trump and Vance is a bold move.
Yeah, it's a statement that they're not going to be intimidated or silenced.
Right, they're holding those in power accountable for their words and actions.
It's a risky strategy,
Yeah.
for sure, but it sends a powerful message.
It says that hate speech has consequences
Right.
and that the Haitian community won't stand idly while being targeted.
This case could set a precedent for how far politicians can go with inflammatory rhetoric.
Right.
Imagine the impact if it's successful.
Yeah.
It could deter others from using such tactics in the future.
That would be a huge victory, not just for the Haitian community, but for all marginalized groups who are often the targets of hateful rhetoric.
Right.
But legal action is just one part of their fight back.
Absolutely. Think about groups like the Haitian Community Help and Support Center.
Okay.
They're providing vital resources and support to those who are feeling vulnerable and scared, offering everything from legal aid to counseling services. They're helping families navigate the complexities of immigration law, deal with the emotional toll of the situation, and connect with other members of the community.
It's a lifeline for people who are feeling overwhelmed and isolated.
Right.
Building a sense of community and solidarity, reminding people that they're not alone in this fight.
And then you have organizations like the Haitian Times,
Okay.
who are playing a crucial role in countering the negative narrative that's being pushed.
They're providing accurate information, fact-checking claims, and amplifying the voices of Haitian immigrants.
It's about taking back control of the narrative
Right.
and ensuring that their stories are told from their perspective.
Exactly.
That's so important. Giving people a platform to share their experiences, their challenges, and their triumphs. Humanizing a group that's often dehumanized by stereotypes and prejudice.
And this pushback isn't just about defense.
Right.
It's about offense, too.
Okay.
They're channeling their frustration and anger into political action, mobilizing to support candidates and policies that align with their values.
You're right. We're seeing groups like ICM Pro Harris, meaning Haitians for Harold Harris, working to get Vice President Kamala Harris elected as president.
Making their voices heard
Right.
in the political arena and shaping the future of the country they now call home.
They're not just passive recipients of political decisions, active participants in the democratic process. They're exercising their rights, engaging in the political system, and demanding to be represented.
But this fight back isn't just happening on a national level.
Right.
It's happening in Springfield itself.
Exactly. There are local efforts to build bridges and foster understanding between different communities, interfaith services, community dialogues, cultural events, all aimed at breaking down barriers and promoting empathy.
Recognizing our shared humanity, celebrating our differences.
Yeah.
And building a community where everyone feels welcomed and respected.
Showing that Springfield is a place where diversity is valued, not feared.
The Haitian community in Springfield is not monolithic.
That's true.
There are diverse perspectives and experiences within the community.
While many are understandably fearful and angry, others are determined to stay and fight for their place in Springfield.
They see this as their home, a place where they want to build a future for themselves and their children. They're not willing to let the actions of a few hateful individuals drive them away.
Their resilience is remarkable.
Despite facing prejudice and hostility, they remain committed to making Springfield a better place for everyone.
Even in the face of adversity, hope and determination can prevail.
The enduring belief in a better tomorrow.
And it's a story that resonates far beyond Springfield.
Right.
It speaks to the challenges and opportunities that immigrants face all over the world, the struggles against prejudice and discrimination, and the fight for equality and justice.
It's a story that reminds us that we're all connected, that our destinies are intertwined, and that building a better world requires us to stand up for each other and to fight for a future where everyone has the opportunity to thrive. We've journeyed deep into the heart of Springfield, Ohio, uncovering a story that's both unsettling and inspiring.
Yeah.
We've seen how unfounded accusations against Haitian immigrants have fueled fear and division.
Right.
And we've witnessed the extraordinary resilience of those who are fighting back.
It's pretty incredible.
But this story is bigger than Springfield.
You're right. What's happening there is a microcosm of larger issues playing out across the country and around the world. We're seeing a resurgence of nativism, xenophobia, and a political climate that thrives on division.
Right.
It's a trend that targets immigrants, minorities, anyone perceived as other.
It feels like we're constantly bombarded with these narratives of fear and blame. Politicians and media outlets often exploit these anxieties for their own gain, turning neighbor against neighbor.
It's a tactic as old as time itself. Throughout history, those in power have used fear and division to consolidate control and maintain existing hierarchies, creating an us versus them mentality where they are always the problem, the threat to our way of life.
But remember our deep dive into Haiti's history. Think about the Haitian Revolution, the U.S. interventions, the persistent stereotypes that have plagued Haiti for centuries. These historical legacies continue to shape how Haiti and its people are perceived today.
It's a powerful reminder that we can't ignore the past. These historical dynamics shed light on the roots of prejudice and discrimination. By acknowledging and understanding this history, we can better confront the present and work toward a future that's more just and equitable.
Breaking those cycles of fear and division, but that feels like such a daunting task.
It does.
Where do we even begin?
It starts with recognizing the humanity in everyone, regardless of background, beliefs, or circumstances. Every individual deserves respect and dignity. Listening to each other's stories with open hearts and minds, understanding that our shared humanity connects us all.
Stepping outside of our own limited perspectives and trying to see the world through the eyes of others.
And we need to be critical consumers of information, questioning the narratives we encounter and seeking out diverse perspectives. We can't just passively accept what we're told. We need to dig deeper, ask questions, and challenge misinformation wherever we see it.
Especially in today's media landscape, where information spreads so rapidly. Being aware of our own biases and how they might influence our perception.
Absolutely, and we need to hold our leaders accountable. Demand that they uphold the values of equality, justice, and compassion. Challenge them when they resort to fear-mongering and divisive rhetoric.
Voting for leaders who represent our values. But it's also about holding them accountable once they're in office. Speaking out against injustice. Supporting policies that promote fairness and inclusion, and making our voices heard in the political process.
Recognizing that we all have a role to play in shaping a better world, and that our collective actions, however small they may seem, can make a difference. We can't afford to be passive bystanders. We need to be active participants in the fight for justice and equality.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into the Haitian community's fight back,
Yeah.
what are the key takeaways we can apply to our own lives?
They're showing us that we don't have to be defined by the narratives of others, that we have the power to shape our own destinies, and that even in the face of adversity, hope can prevail.
The fight for justice and equality is a global struggle, and that we're all interconnected. What happens in Springfield, Ohio, resonates far beyond the borders of that town. It speaks to the challenges and opportunities we face as a global community.
And it's a fight that requires us to be bold, courageous, and to never give up hope.
So as we conclude this deep dive, we leave you with this question. What can you do in your own life and community to challenge prejudice, promote understanding, and build a more just and equitable world? It's a question worth pondering, and one that we hope will stay with you long after this episode ends. Remember to like and subscribe to the Daniel David Allen YT channel for more deep dives into the topics that matter. Until next time, stay curious, stay engaged, and keep fighting for a better tomorrow.